News 8 at 10 starts now.
I don't know how to make sausage. I don't know what goes into sausage. But I do know how to build a football team because I've been around for 52 years.
Frank Reich is out and former Colts player Jeff Saturday is in. A chaotic day at the Colts complex today.
To say the least. Sports Director Anthony Calhoun joining us now live here. You've been covering this team for 20 years, AC. Ever seen it like this before?
Never. I mean, you can go back to Andrew Luck retiring. Of course, that's one day you're never going to forget. But today, not necessarily about, Frank Reich being let go, but Jeff Saturday as his replacement has a lot of folks talking tonight. Good evening to you. The Colts have a new head coach just 9 games into the season this morning. Colts owner Jim Irsay and general manager Chris Ballard informed Frank Reich that he would no longer be the head coach for the Horseshoe. This is the first time ever Irsay has fired a coach mid-season. Reich leaves Indianapolis with a 40-33-1 record in 4.5 seasons with 2 playoff appearances. It was a tenure defined by a list of Band-Aid quarterbacks when you think about it. 7 different opening day starters as Reich as the head coach of the Colts. Meanwhile, Irsay names Jeff Saturday as the interim head coach. Saturday played 13 seasons with the Colts, but Saturday is hired for the job with no collegiate or professional coaching experience.
I'm glad he doesn't have any NFL experience. I'm glad he hasn't learned the fear that's in this league. That's because it's tough for all our coaches. They're afraid. They go to analytics, and it gets difficult. I mean, he doesn't have all that. He doesn't have that fear, and there was no other candidate. We were fortunate that he was available, and he has tons of experience. He knows this game inside and out. With relationships with coaches and players, and has been a consultant for us for several years.
I feel fully capable, excited about the opportunity. 8 games to, listen, here's a great part about my career. I came in, nobody expected anything. I'm here, nobody expects anything. If it goes well, hopefully it'll go extremely well. But I have no preconceived notion that I'm going to be some spectacular anything. I know I got to work hard, and I'm auditioning not only for this one, but for 31 others, just like everybody else in this game. And make no mistake, man, the job is win.
He's right. You got to win. And take a look at Jeff Saturday's resume. As we mentioned, the 13 years with the Colts. 6-time Pro Bowler, part of that Colts Super Bowl winning team down there in Miami. He's part of the Colts Ring of Honor as well. Only coaching experience came in high school down in Georgia. So it'll be interesting to see how this all transpires the rest of the season. Look, I'll just set the record straight. I know Jeff Saturday very well, covered him with the Colts his 13 years here in Indy. Jim Irsay talked about this tonight. One thing he loves about Jeff Saturday, he's a leader. To be a head coach, you got to have great leadership skills. Jim Irsay also said this tonight, that you always have those couple of names in the back of your pocket, regardless of what kind of resume they have. He said that he has the it factor, and that's why he knew he was going to make a change. Jeff Saturday was going to be his guy. Just as far as talking folks inside the building, many people obviously shocked that Frank Reich is not around anymore. They thought if anything was going to be a change, it would be at the end of the season, not during the season. But as far as going on to Jeff Saturday now, many folks there, they know how well respected he was in the locker room, around the building. They believe that he may better change some of that culture a little bit as he takes on this big responsibility coming up, starting right now. Game on Sunday on the road against the Raiders.
Well, we will all be watching.
Yep.
AC, thank you for breaking it down all day for us.
No problem. More coming up a little bit, about 30 minutes from now as well.
Okay, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, continuing with this, let's go now to Danielle Zolkowski, who is live at Lucas Oil Stadium with reaction from 2 Colts super fans about the new interim head coach.
Danielle, what do they have to say?
Well, fan reaction all day certainly has been mixed when it comes to this decision to name Jeff Saturday as the interim head coach. But through it all, the good and the bad, the one through line has been shock at the choice.
My first overall reaction was just, say what? I don't think, like I say, no one would have expected that because of his lack of coaching experience.
Bridges says the more he thought about it, the more he got on board with the idea.
I think what Irsay is looking for is leadership, quite honestly. Someone that can lead the franchise, lead the team, lead the coaching staff. Jeff Saturday is a leader.
That shock is what it came down. Jim Irsay, Mr. Irsay, has never fired a coach in midseason, and this is a first, so he must have been really fed up with what was going on.
Stevens prides himself on always being positive when it comes to the Colts. He says he is sorry for Frank Reich, but is excited to see where this decision will lead the team on the back end of the season.
I believe anybody should get a shot. You know, he knows football, and that's first and foremost. Do you know football? Do you understand the game?
Stevens says this could be the change that turns the season around.
If he fixes the offensive line, it's an easy turnaround. Our defense is playing great. Our defensive line is getting after the quarterback. Our defensive backs and our linebackers are making the tackles. The offensive line is where it stems. If we can't stop a pass rush or make holes for Jonathan Taylor or any of our running backs, then we're not going anywhere. If we can't score points, we can't win.
Overall, online reaction has been a bit of a mixed bag, but these two fans say they are very excited to see where this change will lead the Colts for the rest of the season. At Lucas Oil Stadium, Danielle Zolkowski, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
Danielle, thank you. Colts blogger and News 8 contributor Heather Lloyd says Saturday's lack of coaching experience is a concern to her. But he does bring an independent, outside, unfiltered opinion to Jim Irsay about what is going on with this team. Lloyd, though, wonders exactly what his role will be.
How much of this is going to be Jeff Saturday, X's and O's on the field, or how much of this is going to be Jeff Saturday more as the CEO, working behind the scenes, helping to game plan and make decisions and work probably on the field with the O-line in practices, and really kind of just being that, let's give it a shot here, let's try it out,